One of the best things about the Oppo A60 is that when the screen is set at the maximum brightness and the refresh rate at 90 Hz, the Oppo A60 battery can go from 100% in the morning to around 30% when you leave the office after work. Now, the Oppo A60 can take beautiful pictures as well, especially under bright conditions. But what about gaming? Well, let's find out together. Before we start this video, I wanted to please like, share and subscribe, as well as turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any update from us as we discuss about iPhones, Android and gadget tips. Alright, so let's get started. The Oppo A60 was released on April 26, 2024, and this phone is mainly targeted to people who want something simple but are currently on a budget. The question is it the best option when it comes to similar devices like the Xiaomi Redmi 13C? Anyways, let's talk about the design of the Oppo A60. You see, what I love about this phone is the design, and it reminds me of the TecnoMobile 30, which also had a beautiful design as well. You see, the blue ripple color at the back can make someone think this is a premium, device, but obviously it's a budget-friendly smartphone. And camera bump at the back is great as well. It is not thick, which means this phone won't scrape against your jean and when you're trying to pull it out of your pocket. Now, this phone actually comes with a 6.67-inch HD Plus LCD display and weighs about 186 grams, which is quite similar with the Motorola Edge 50 Pro. Anyways, let's talk about the camera of the Oppo A60. Now, when it comes to the camera of the Oppo A60, it houses two large circles for the rear camera. The top one is the main camera, a 50 megapixel camera, and the bottom one, a 2 megapixel secondary camera. Here are some photos I took with the rear camera of the Oppo A60. So what do you guys think? Obviously decent actually. And when it comes to the front camera, it comes to an 8 megapixel selfie camera. These are the pictures I took with the selfie camera. So what do you guys think? Personally, I do love the selfie camera, but what I noticed is you get good picture quality in bright conditions, and in low conditions the picture quality isn't really that great. And yeah, some selfies can come out blurred. So if I'm to rate the selfie of this one from 0 to 100, I would say 65 over 100, which is not bad because it's actually a budget-friendly smartphone. Although the TecnoMobile 30 is miles ahead of this phone camera. You can check the video after this one, link is in the description. Now when it comes to videos, I'm disappointed that the resolution is just 720p. Mind you, YouTube standard resolution quality is 1080p, and the Oppo A60 lacks sharpness when you're watching movies and when you're doing a video recording. But here's a video I took with the rear camera. So what do you guys think? As you can see, when watching YouTube video on this phone, you can barely see your screen, and especially when you're no external light. But that's just showing that this is a budget-friendly smartphone. But here's a video recording of the front. Video of the A60. Okay. Anyway, just about battery and chipset of the Oppo A60. Like I said earlier on, the battery of this phone comes with a 5000 mAh battery, which is pretty much the standard for the last 2 to 5 years now. But what I didn't tell you earlier is that if you to buy this phone, brand new, it comes with 45 watts super VOOC, charging, which is actually a huge boost, because one of the issue of the Xiaomi Redmi 13C is that it comes with a 15 watts charge, and that's not good. It's very slow. Although since this is a review and not an unboxing video, I don't have the charger with me. But anyways, from my trusted source, a single charge with the 45 watts charge actually lasts, can take up to 1 hour to 1 hour 30 minutes. Now the phone battery can also last you up to the whole day, even when the brightness of this phone is up to 950 nits. All right, now this phone storage, or this phone actually has an 8GB RAM and 256GB storage. All right, so when it comes to the chipset of the Oppo A60, it comes with a Snapdragon 680 chipset. To be honest, I'm disappointed about this chipset, because it's actually a chipset that was made in 2021, and for a phone that was produced or released in 2024, you expect at least the latest or the previous year's chipset, not 2021. Although it has no problems when it comes to regular attacks, but the truth is that this chipset, you don't expect fast performance from it. For example, you can do basic things like texting, browsing, watching videos, or chatting. And for me, modern Mediatek chipsets are much better lately, and I spoke about this on this video, so link is in the description. In essence, mid-range smartphone that was released since 2022, they all use this Mediatek chipset, from the TecnoMobile 30 to Vivo. Like, they all use this Mediatek chipset, and initially Mediatek chipsets, they were not great, and but guess what, Oppo chose this chipset for it, probably because of its Snapdragon, but at the moment it's like a mid-range or cheap version of the Snapdragon. But anyways, let's just take a test on the Oppo A60 to confirm that using the Shadow of Death game. So I'm about opening this game. Let's check it out. The game is actually nice. It reminds me of a game I played a lot back in the early 2010s. It's actually with my Tecno P5. Please remind me about that game in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Overall, the gameplay is actually smooth. The Snapdragon chipset didn't affect the gameplay. The truth is, this Snapdragon chipset is good if you have to change your gaming graphics settings from high to medium or even low quality. I didn't do that in this Shadow of Death game. Don't worry, I will emphasize more about this soon. Anyways, let's talk about the security system and operating system on the Oppo A60. You see, when it comes to security, there is a fingerprint here, which works like most fingerprints. In essence, it's fast enough, and The splash touch feature is a new feature on this phone or on the Oppo phone, and it makes it it's actually good because it's good for people who have sweaty hands. Like if you have a sweaty palm, instead of you to take a towel to clean your hands immediately, you can just use a sweaty palm. This phone will unlock immediately. As usual, there's the privacy password, and this phone comes with Android 14, and the UI of this phone is ColorOS 14. At the time of making this video, Oppo A60 is not among the official list of Oppo devices to receive the Android 15 update, which is the ColorOS 15. Although personally, I'm not really a big fan of a software update, and this video here will show you why. Link is in the description. Anyways, my final review about the Oppo A60. Surprisingly, the Oppo A60 has stereo speakers, which is actually surprising because entry-level smartphones features mono speakers, and the audio quality is actually it's nice. Now, the front camera of this phone has face unlock too. Meanwhile, just like the Apple phone, you can track your battery health on this, especially if you're someone that plays games a lot. Now, speaking of gaming, if you are budget cautious, I would suggest you go for TecnoMobile 30 instead. Although you can actually enjoy playing high quality games on this particular Oppo A60, but like CODM or PUBG, but you need to understand that the graphic settings of such game will have to be low quality, and the frame rate will also have to be below. Now, when it comes to the camera of this phone, it doesn't have ultra wide camera, which is something which you see in modern phones, or most times premium phones and some mid-range smartphone, and which means that you can't take ultra wide angle shots at all. But if camera is a big deal for you, you can just go for TechnoSpark 20 Pro or TecnoMobile 30 Premier, which should be the price for this phone should be less now, especially because TecnoMobile 40 was released recently. So this. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, comment please, because I notice I don't get comments often, and subscribe so you won't miss an update and content from us. My name is Eferia Ifeanyichukwu Ifemena. So see you next week Monday, and so long.